Hey, parents, if you've been part of any kind of program, you know that the reflection of the program is all reflection of the coaches that run that program or coach in that program, right? Everything they impart onto your kids is a direct correlation to where they came from, what they've done, who they are. And today we're going to talk about the backgrounds of our coaches, right? And specifically two of our coaches that have both been at the highest level, professional football. We have CFL, NFL, both Eastern Washington University graduates. We're here to just let them know how their experiences help them impart what they know in creating a better athlete or kid for you. There we go. D, what would you say? What would you say your background, where you came from, and how does your life and where you've been and what you've done make you a better coach or the kind of coach that these kids need over any other program?
Yeah, I would say my entire life has set me up to be right where I need to be as far as coaching. Born and raised in Spokane, Washington. Graduated from LC. Like I said, first got my first taste of tackle football in the 7th grade. Had a great coach, Todd Claypool, and kind of, embraced the game, embraced himself as a hard coach, and grateful for that first year experience. Fell in love with the game and played on. Football took me to lots of places, man. It took me to, not very far away, Eastern Washington, from Lewis and Clark High School. But the experiences there in high school, so let's go back a little bit. I was not a good student. My dad left when I was 12 or 13, and that's kind of when I took that turn of making bad decisions, being confused, being angry, just that teenage angst. Had no direction, no outlet to put that other than football, and football was good to me, and that's where I got most of my pats on the back as far as doing something great. Was never in a classroom. Had to, again, another great opportunity to be coached by Coach Hook, who was definitely invested in us athletes, but as people. He was a big mentor in my life as far as keeping me on track. Another one, Coach Cubley. I've told you a few stories. This guy was so invested in me. He would, if I missed a practice or I wasn't there, there's been multiple times where he would break into my house, crawl through a window, and I'd be asleep, and I'd wake up to his foot on my face waking me up. And at that time, it was more of I was pissed off. I'm like, what is this dude? It's crazy, right? But hindsight, looking back, like that was accountability I need. I needed that tough love. I needed that just a hard ass coach. Yeah. And they helped me stick with football. You needed that. That was my anchor. That's why I graduated. That's really why I wanted to go to college, was to play ball, and ended up playing at Eastern for a while. 4 years there, I went in ineligible because I think I graduated with a 1.8.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was ineligible, missed out on a year, took that game away from me. I realized how precious that was and how important school was at that time. So,
but it took you until college, right? Like, despite your success as a high school guy, it took you until college, which we impart on these kids all the time, the importance of school, right? Like, absolutely. It took until then, yeah?
It took it till I lost opportunity and didn't realize the importance of it. Been told that all through the school, hey, grades.
Yeah.
Watch too many movies thinking, oh, you're a good enough player, you play anywhere. Not the truth, right? So had the opportunity, went and played at Eastern. And again, had tremendous coaches, Coach Kramer, Coach Ewing. There's a few guys there that were staples in my life. We call them the brick builders in my life that kind of helped me believe in what I had, helped me see what I was and what I was capable of. And after I was done at Eastern, man, I had the opportunity to go play pro ball. A different route. First, I entered the draft, was not drafted, didn't get a phone call after, and then Coach Zorns had a connection to Canada, to Eskimos. And so I went up there
Yeah.
I mean, I never heard of CFL, but I went up there because I wanted to play ball, right?
Yeah.
That was the driving factor. And played up there a year, got in, and then after that, man, I got some camp invites, or invited to go try out for the Dolphins and the Jets. End up sticking with the Dolphins for 3 years, 4 camps. Got to play with some absolute dudes, Hall of Famer, Junior Seau,
Zach.
right? Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
And, you know, those guys, I could mention them because they're well known, but I played with some just tremendous human beings, learned a lot. And just a quick story, like that was just the football experience. Then I coached 2 years at Central when I was done playing. Yeah, fell in love with coaching. Like knew it was in my blood to coach. And then moved back to Spokane to be with raise my kids, my own kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, started teaching. I worked at a group home. So all my experience of working with kids, from troubled kids to college kids, has just prepped me for what we're doing now.
Yeah.
And it's just really my experiences, my mistakes, just trying to relay that to the kids, like right now matters.
Yeah.
You know, and then at the level we played at, sometimes I wonder, how did I even get there? You know, and when we talk about 3 things you can control at Provision is attitude, effort, and energy. You know, I that was me. Like I was Mr. Hype guy, I was Mr. Intense, I was the hardest worker in the room. At least that's what I tried for, right?
Yeah.
So now here we are with these kids, and I don't care who comes in the building.
Yeah.
Like whether it's their first year playing, whether they want to go pros, like I'm able to coach all kids.
Yeah.
Like you can call it inclusive coaching, whatever you want, but I'm not a dream killer, never be a dream killer. I dreamed that as a young kid and made it happen just by doing the things, and was blessed with some athletic ability and size. But man, just to impart what the knowledge I have is too precious to just lock that up. And
So I think for the parents who know us or you're watching, you have Miami Dolphins,
yeah,
you have CFL,
yeah,
Eastern Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
right? It's easy to look at the accolades and think that's why you're going to be a good
Right.
coach. But what I'm hearing, it sounds like it's the journey, it's the adversity, what you've had to overcome, the struggles placed in front of you, and your unwillingness to give in, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what made you like. And I was fortunate enough to I was there before D at Eastern, and so I got to see him, and I eventually got to train him, and I got to know him. He was cool enough to let me be his best man at his wedding, so I know D really well, right? Yeah. So, I would echo that as well. Like, it's all his adversity. Listen, you can't take anything away from playing with Junior Seau, Taylor, and Tops. You can't, right? You can't take away his Hall of Famer and gets us free parking even. But you can't take that away. But it really, from what I've known, D, and what you've heard, it's his adversity. It's his desire to just keep going over everything, yeah? Greg, so I've known you for a long time too. I guarantee your story is going to be same but different, right? So what would you say your background has done to help you be a different coach?
Yeah, very similar in the love of the game part, for sure. Just growing up playing all different kinds of sports, basketball, football, soccer. Shoot, I even dabbled in golf, and I still feel like I'm dabbling in it.
Well, you can drive a ball.
Yeah. But yeah, just, the love of sports in general. And, to just add on to what Dario was saying, like it was about that 7th grade. That's kind of that moment where you have some pretty impactful people that come into your lives and they can steer you one way or the other. And I feel very blessed that I was steered in the right direction by the coaches that I had. And honestly, I wasn't even that great. I was in 7th grade, I was a guard and a linebacker and backup kicker.
I was a receiver.
Kicker!
Yeah, and he was a receiver. So wasn't even playing the position I was going to play in college and pros, but I just, for one thing that sticks out is the relationships that you build. That's what kind of kept me coming back and playing even the next year. Because after a couple days, I went to my dad and I'm like, I'd like to quit. This isn't really for me. And
You at one time thought about quitting?
at one time I did. It was
All-time
so,
sack leader at Eastern.
Yeah.
One time thought about quitting.
yeah, it was
Wow.
the hardest thing I'd ever done up to that point.
Wow.
Sports up until that point, I was one of the more talented guys, and you know, you're just out there flying around. You're not memorizing a ton of plays, or wasn't a ton of conditioning. So to have that that discipline, that expectation from a coach was new to me, and I'm so grateful that my dad, he just, probably paid for new cleats and like, you're not quitting now. We got the cleats. We paid for the season.
No doubt.
You're going to finish. Yeah. So, but yeah. And then, from there on, it was just more and more mentors that appeared. And again, I feel very fortunate, got into high school, and we won a state championship my senior year. And it was, the things I learned from that were the attention to detail, the little things, because I was 6'3", 200 pounds coming out of high school. I was a tall, skinny, scrawny
Yeah, that's
kid.
lanky.
You're not getting recruited at that size now.
Not as a D
Not
end.
to Eastern for sure. Maybe as a safety, but not as a D end.
200 pounds.
So the attention to detail, the relentless effort, which is something that Pro Vision Academy, that's one of our foundational pieces for sure, is relentlessness, and we call it resiliency.
For sure.
Yeah.
And let me chime in real quick. So when I was in Edmonton, I think it was my 8th year playing pro ball, young Greg Peach showed up.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw on the roster as an EW guy. And so I started watching them. And I remember we're getting close to the end of camp. And they do this to all the first year guys. They put him in a scrimmage. I think he took 26 reps in a row. They were dogging him out. They were testing him, and I'm watching, right? Because that happened to me in the NFL, where it's like, nope, you look to the sideline, tap out, nope, you're in.
Yeah.
And that's when I, as a vet, was like, he's a guy, trust that.
So it sounds like with you, your experience, relatability, and coming back from a different perspective, but relating to them, yeah? So
I want to talk about, you mentioned quit. And I think that it comes to a point in every player, there's those moments you want to quit. I've had two. The first time was I went to Canada. We were up at 4 a.m. because we're rookies. You see the roster, and I'm thinking, there's no way. I almost quit. I wanted to quit, right? But I kept going. The other time, flew down to Miami and was supposed to be picked up by somebody. Nobody's there to pick me up. Called my dad. Give me a flight home right now, right? So there's moments of doubt. There's moments of those quit. And this brings me into you, okay, and what you do as a coach, because we're talking about backgrounds. I think you absolutely need to be mentioned. For you, training with you, you're a big piece of my background, man, of consistency, discipline, and resilience. Yeah. I know your story. I remember you coming to train me and Peach for free, 2-bagging it off a bus, and we didn't really know why. We didn't know you like that then, but then later find out. But your commitment to athletes, your commitment to your own growth, your commitment to growing others, and as hard as you are, man, you got a heart of gold for these kids, and I see it every day. And the value of your background brings something special to Pro Vision, and has imparted that onto us. So I just want you to know.
Yeah.
What you've done for us and what you're doing at Pro Vision is tremendous work.
I'm going to add on to that too. I remember after my rookie year, that's where I met Dario up in Edmonton, and I was back home in Vancouver, Washington, training just by myself, at a 24-hour fitness, probably just doing way too much weight and not doing anything athletic. And Dario hit me up. He's like, hey, you need to come train with me in V. You can live in my house. And I'm going to show you how to train like a pro. I get there 2 months, 6 days a week, and we go up, and John just absolutely kicked our ass every day. But at the same time, we got stronger, we got faster. I came into camp, guys were asking me what I was taking.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Love that.
Best compliment you could get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's when I learned how to really train like a pro. Yeah. And it carried with me, to this day. I had great coaches in college, but I needed that, that, I don't know, that tune up to be like, this is how you train.
Cool.
And
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
I mean, I would not have had, the 7 seasons I had in the CFL if I didn't come up there for those 2 months. So I thank both of you guys for that.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, don't tell anyone I'm soft. Hey, it's really easy to look like a good strength coach when you have great athletes. That's it. But anyway, if you want to learn more, provisionacademy.com. Come find out.